33% Georgia rate. And what that means is 33% of every position, whether it's actor, whether you're doing hair, whether you're a grip, you have to have a Georgia license in order to fill that spot. And that is my way to make sure that I always give back to what Georgia did for Mississippi.
Talk about business. What other business ventures do you have outside of, music?
So I can tell you some of them. I just can't speak. And because I trust you, I'm going to say this on your show, bro. Bro, I have people who wait to find out online what I'm doing, and they write letters to companies. And bro, it's terrible. And I've never done nothing to nobody to deserve that type of treatment. Yeah. I'm not saying that I've always been perfect. I'm not saying that I've always made the right decisions, but I'm learning that people can't stop you until you so far down the road, and people will take your ideas and take what you do and duplicate it because they have access to more resources. But bro, I have a company that's called Banner Vision. I've been doing scoring and doing marketing for Fortune 500 or very, very big companies for the last 22 years. I did the second biggest Gatorade commercial in history. I've advised. I'm about to be the face of one of Georgia's biggest companies. I just can't talk about it yet. But what I will say, bro, it's a strange place, and I want to tell you about it and talk to you about it as a man, not necessarily just for the show. It's crazy because I have to be careful about my activism now, because in a lot of cases, our people don't know how to support the right people, and the people who make the sacrifices and that really stand for the people, we'll let them fall. And I'm too close to being able to buy land. I'm too close to being able to buy waterways. I got a friend right now who's one of the top comedians in the world, and I just don't want to tell his business. He's in the process of buying a town, bro. He just can't they don't have a proper water system in the town yet, and he's trying to figure that out. That's the thing that I want to be a part of, Cam. It's not what they say about you in 10 years. It's not what they say about you in 20 years. It's what they'll say about you in 200 years if they know you fuck.
Like I heard somebody say this earlier, bro. Like, and I think I mentioned this too. We are all, everybody with a camera, everybody that's on here doing what they doing, creating their own brand, creating their own history. This is part of Black history, bro. Like, we just hasn't been enough time yet. But what are we creating is just another generation, another Black history, bro. And I see where his mindset in that. I miss having that mindset, bro. And I gotta get back to it, and that should be all our life. A lot of our mindset. I can't say it's for everybody because everybody don't want the problems that come with all that situation. Everybody ain't built for that. So I get it now and I understand it, but definitely that's a major move, power move to be having land and businesses downtown in any city, any city, especially like if you had it in a bigger city, like what Cam got right now. Cam podcast and stuff is in I think it's right by the Mercedes-Benz state, because he do it out of his cigar bar, if I'm not mistaken. But what he has brand and built, bro, like you can't hate on that, bro. Like that's a very respectable, and it's hard to get businesses down here in Atlanta and be able to profit off of it and then keep the rent up and stuff, because everything is just growing and growing and growing and getting it's more expensive. So you got to give mad respect to that too, and mad respect to what David Banner doing.
And lived, and I don't want to be known for just play and fucking. That's what they did to Martin Luther King. They picked the most digestible time in history about him, and that's what they put out to us every year. If you go back and look at Martin Luther King, and it's online, the speech that he was going to do at his church that the week that he died, you would have thought that was Malcolm X. Martin Luther King was sick of getting his ass beat on. He wanted to be about finances. He was talking about some of the things that were going on in the war that nobody dared to speak about. That was the reason why they killed that man. But the version of Martin Luther King that black people love, I don't think Martin Luther King liked him when he died. If they could separate themselves, he wasn't like that dude.
But how that's heavy.
But it's the truth.
But how
he told Harry Belafonte, I think I have integrated my people into a burning house. That's basically telling Harry Belafonte everything that I built my life on is a lie. He said that. David Banner didn't say that. And I think if you ask his kids, they would tell you that. It's just harsh to realize that we've been duped, bro. That's the hardest thing when it comes to food, history, bro. If it ain't mathematics or science, in most cases, these people done lied to us. And that's hard to admit that we went down the wrong road, bro.
So I'm trying to separate because I'm trying to follow. And specifically to Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
The version that is in front of us, the propaganda that we see in schools and in Black History Months and the I Have a Dream and the monuments and how great Martin Luther King was and what he stood for. You're saying that it's a lie?
What I am saying is, boy, here go all them endorsements, Regina. Regina said, No, bro, like, integration was the worst thing that ever happened to Black people. Being enslaved is just losing a war. Like, once we integrated, we thwarted the opportunity to teach our own children. We don't have no options on what we teach Black kids in public schools. Think about this, y'all. In a lot of public schools, in a lot of colleges, they tell Black men that they can't wear locks. Your natural hair. Dog, do you see that they say they can do anything to meet that they want to, put anything they want to without telling you the truth about it? Think about right now in America, what Black people have influence over what happens to their children in general. What they feed them, what they see on TV, what they hear on the radio, any of those things. So by integrating, by even saying that you want civil rights, take the word, the operative part of the word is civil, right? You say.
Now, I heard him say this before, and I told y'all I definitely agree with that, bro. Like, us integrating us that civil rights stuff. And me and CJ was just talking about this, bro. And the crazy thing about it, that nigga told me, like, bro, I listen to the older folks before whoever was walking with Martin Luther King. I don't listen to them. People before that, they knew what the process, they knew what was going on. You feel me? So, and I don't know how many of people them still around that's from back then, but I definitely agree, bro. Like, I know people are scared and they're saying like we headed back to the Jim Crow days, but I want to ask this question, bro. What do we have that's so much better than what we had before? I think we are content with the little bitty pieces of whatever the white people give us. This white system that we living in, bro. I think that we forget that Black people used to run things in this world. Like, you have the Moors, you have people before the Moors. You talk about everybody in the Bible was Black. So we knew it was a time where Black people were running the thing. The Pope used to be Black. Like, this is all in history that they not gonna just out here directly tell us. That's stuff that we had to go research and find. But a lot of people don't know about this, bro. They don't know about the real history of everything, bro.
I just want you to treat me civilly, right? And anything that you do in life, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna make 100, right? Even if you're great. So if you fall short of civil, that means they treat a dog better than they treat you. I don't want civil rights. I want you to treat me like the God that I am. And so what I'm saying is that they take pieces of a person. Like, they couldn't stop Malcolm X, so what they made him was an X on a hat. The same thing that they did to Jesus in Christmas. They took Christ out of Christmas and put an X. These are the mind games that we don't see. And to be honest with you, as our friendship grows, these are the types of things that keep me up at night, Cam, because I see it. And it's so clear.
So You would have wanted segregation to stay segregated.
No, I would have wanted black people to build their own shit. I would have wanted black people to praise their own God.
Okay.
I would want black people to teach their own kids. I'm not saying that we can't be together, but would you respect somebody who you allowed to stay in your house, whether you forced them to stay there or not? And what, they've been staying there for 50, 60, 70, 80 years, 100 years? It's time for us to get our own. If we have our own, then we don't have to beg for anything. Like,
or the ability to create your own. Because I think that's a lot of suppression too, that's not being mentioned, especially going back to slavery. Mm-hmm. It's not to say that we couldn't have our own. We didn't have the rights to have our own. You feel what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is that even within that, man, like, I give you a great example. I told you, bro, if I had any power in the spaces that I wanted, it's coming. But like, bro, I would make you the Black Superman, bro. Like, period, dog. I don't want there to ever be a period where our children don't think that they're gods or that they're superheroes. Like, think about this. This is gonna mess y'all head up. A real superhero is a representation of a god. Wonder Woman is a god. Superman is a god. I love Black Panther. I don't want to be no cat. I want to be a fucking god. And what they telling us that we can't be gods when when the word hero comes from Heru, a black man. So the word comes from a black man and you can't be a real hero? And then watch this, it's gonna fuck y'all head up. Where does Superman get his power from? Come on, y'all in here. From the sun. White people are allergic to what? The sun. There's no way Superman could be white. A white scientist said that it's not possible. They run from the sun. Superman is supposed to be darker than the darkest night ever.
I don't even understand how we don't understand. Like, we ain't never really. Well, I take that back. I do understand it because they don't teach it. But we all know that, white people do not like the sun. Like, the heat, anything with that, bro. I learned that just by working and understanding how every time, bro, I can have the heat on, bro, barely. It be warm. They want that shit blasting and cold. So you gotta, like, I understand that they skin and the way they are made and stuff like that, bro. They're used to that winter mountain type cold shit. That's they shit. That's they vibe. That's they world, bro. Like, a white person can't get their energy from the sun. Like, it's not even possible. But that's what they have turned everything into, bro. And that's crazy. Even in the Bible, when you look at a blue-eyed, white Jesus, and it's telling you in Revelations where what he looks like with eyes, fiery eyes and stuff like that, and bronze hair. It's just like, bro, it's everything has just been tricked. They still keep they still keep a lot of the information in there, but we have been so blind by the pictures and how we feel like we know everything. A lot of things we don't. A lot of things is just generational, handed down, bro. Like, a lot of us don't even question what we've been taught. We just get it because you got to understand, like, wherever we getting it from either our parents or whatever environment we're growing up in. So we're taking their belief and their truth at hand without really researching what's really going on.
These are the things that I notice, and it be fucking my head up, dog. I can't sleep. And I be like, don't nobody else see it? And then when I say it, Negroes say that I'm crazy. When I said something about that, I can't say it because last time I said it, they threw me off TV. Like, and look at what they're saying about what happened to people after they took that. Blood clots. They can't have children. They die. I missed the movie because of that. But they acted like I was crazy when I said something about it. Bro, I'll just tell you this. From this point in my life, and this is going to surprise you, I really want to be around good human beings. Everything that I do in my life will always be for Black people. But I realize that it is important for me to do for me, and those who see it can come along. Those who don't have to suffer. And they will suffer until they see if my way is the right way, it's the way to go. But Cam, it's the best time in history. Why everybody's scared and why so many wild things is happening in the world. If we had our shit together, it wouldn't take but a couple of us to put our money together, bro. We can go buy and do anything. We can go buy up Ghana. We can go any of these places, buy land here. We can go back to Mississippi.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Point blank period. No sugar coat, no nothing. Are you a racist?
Am I a racist? No. You have to have power in order to be a racist. I may be a bigot. I mean, I might be that if you want to call me something. I'm not, but I'm just saying what people won't tell you about the word racist is in order for you to be a racist, I can't stop white people from shopping at no grocery store, can I? I can't stop.
All right, y'all. So I've had this discussion as well before. It's a difference between racist and privilege. I mean, not privilege. I'm sorry, y'all. Prejudice. I did a whole episode of Dick Gregory? Yeah, Dick Gregory and Ice-T, John Sally on the interview. Y'all go check it out on my podcast. I mean, on my channel. It's the difference between racist and prejudice. Racist, you have to have power. Prejudice is somebody not liking you based off who you're like just off not knowing you, your skin, your race, your race, your ethnicity. That's a prejudiced person, bro. So it's a difference between prejudice and racist, even though it's all underneath the same window. But to be racist, you gotta have a power. And then if you go break down the Pacific, perfect, like if you break down the word, just break down the word racist and then put race and then put is, and then you got race, and then you know what IST mean first. So racist only really means you put in your race first. And if you don't believe me, go read a dictionary.
From going to no club but no school, can I? I can't be racist. I don't have no fucking power. You can't be black and be racist if you know the true root of the word. I study every day of my life. There's no way black people can be racist. Now, if you want to look at the word racist in the way that most people think of it, which I don't, Marcus Garvey said, and this blew my head off. He said he doesn't have a problem with white people's racism. He has a problem with black people's lack of racism. If we thought of ourselves and put ourselves first the way that they do, then we would be just fine. But we put everybody before we put ourselves in anything, dude. So maybe we should be.
Do you have any relationships, partnerships, alignment of other cultures outside of?
Fuck yeah!
Okay.
Dude, let me tell you something.
Clark, how's your silk press staying so sleek on these 2-week vacations?
No comment. But I did use Shea Moisture Silk Press in a bottle, so my hair was protected from the humidity.
Clark,
Vitamin water helps keep me hydrated from opener to encore.
This ain't a dance that I can afford to miss. My hands on the waist and I'm caught in bliss. Next thing you know, it felt just like this. Come on.
Vitamin water from New York.
When I hire, I look for black people first. But the real truth is I need the most qualified people. The company is black because I'm black. I'm able to hire who and what I want to by the success of the company. I don't really give a fuck who works. My preference is to be around my people, yes, but we have to be successful first. That was part of the problem with my career. Every time I was close, bro, I would go off and try to save the world. You know, I'll give you a great example. You know, people talk about all the things that I did for Katrina and you know, how admirable of a man I was. And I did, they say, arguably the biggest urban relief concert in history for Katrina. But guess what I ended up finding out? Yeah, we raised right around $1 million. Katrina was $1 billion problem. Even if all the rappers in the world had put their money together for Katrina, it wasn't shit we could do. Nothing we could do. And then black people, we put more pressure on our rappers and our entertainers, our football players and basketball players than we do on the motherfuckers who getting paid to do that kind of shit. But I realized I used to think that God was telling me to do that. God didn't tell me to do that shit. My ego told me to do that. It ain't my responsibility to save nobody but my ass. And if I have children, then you brought them in the world. You're a lot better at that than I am. I ain't quite. Yes, sir. But I'm gonna catch up.
That's so crazy. I think I've been said that. And this is probably the first year I really it hit me like, bro, you cannot save everybody. You got to save yourself. You got to do what you got to do best for your family. And I'm 35, bro, and I think it just hit me this year. Because I've always been that type to feel like I got to do this, I got to help this, I got to get this type of information. That's why I haven't been speaking about certain, like I do these reacts because my mind has been everywhere. It's just been wired so differently right now. And it like sometimes we got to take time to really feel it ourselves. When you take in so much knowledge, bro, sometimes it can be overwhelming. And sometimes you just need time to process it. Sometimes you got to process the things that you're going through in life. We have new obstacles, new hurdles to jump over every day. And we over here putting so much on our shoulders and stuff, but nobody really, do you feel like you'll get the, like, y'all let me know, do y'all get the same love in return that y'all give out? And a lot of people don't. I know I don't. That's why it's so hard for me to be collabing with everybody, bro, because I know what I've tried to do. I know, and it's only backfired on me. While everybody else I feel like has succeeded or doing what they doing or not doing nothing at all, I'm still at a standstill where I don't feel like I should be further along than where I'm at. And I'm just at a point now where it's just frustrating because I'm trying to get out of this and I don't know what the fuck to do.
Bro, I practice a lot.
Boy, listen,
if you know what I'm saying.
I understand
but
that.
you're a king.
Yes,
don't ever let nobody, don't ever let people who don't have a do. I say that about Nick Cannon too. Y'all are kings. You deserve what a king has because you can take care of. I ain't never not heard of you not taking care of what's yours, bro. So if you could get 150 and pay for them, I'm proud of you. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what God did. If we put all our faces together,